I feel overwhelmed. I feel overwhelmed in my ability to choose the correct decisions, making sure I'm keeping myself to the expectations I should be achieving, and making sure I find myself a person that I am genuinely interested in. I think life has gotten much more complicated in this generation. I feel like it's unpredictable. I feel like you can never get too comfortable. I think people are moving at a much faster pace. And if you pay attention to your friends and peers around you, you will definitely understand where I'm coming from. At least, that's how I feel. I feel like there's always something that I can do to further myself towards the things I want to pursue. A concept I used to heavily agree with before is being able to be the jack of all trades. I mean, on paper, being decent or above average at everything you do actually sounds great. It means you are very well versed, you're able to go into whatever you want to do in life. But I feel like that is now the standard. You will realize you're the master of none. And I think that's a huge part about growing up in our current generation. Is a lot of people are already good at a plethora of things. And your competition is growing day by day. You will definitely feel like you are behind and overwhelmed. I feel like nowadays it is important to get really, and I mean really, really good at what you are currently doing. You know? Absolutely nerding out and finding your own niche in what you want to do. Just take it to the max, essentially. It's something I've been, really eager and trying to focus on as I'm exploring my options of possible things to pursue. You need to be able to do things from a different angle and try to be as unique in what you want to accomplish. It really comes down to having an organized life. I actually suck at organization, and it's something I am always working on. I feel like I've made a little bit of progress. For myself, if something is a little off, my whole day feels ruined. Sometimes it gets ruined, sometimes it doesn't. It really depends on the issue. But I feel like I've been battling that problem and being able to control myself when one small thing just is off. The question being is, why would you want to be organized anyways? I think if you really care about having a future partner, you will definitely want to strive for an organized life. I think it's what fixes you from being overwhelmed. Having a time and place and everything. Having a time and place for everything. And, once you get the ability to be organized with your life, it is a huge leap of progression towards your everyday goals and aspirations. The biggest part is being aware that you are meant to be overwhelmed. You are meant to lose. You need to drill that into your head sometimes. Whether that may be in your relationships, your goals. I would say it is a necessity to lose. You need to lose. You know, it is what allows you to go to the next level. The biggest problem about losing nowadays with a lot of people is knowing that they think that there's not another chance. That's what I used to think too. I always used to think that I didn't have another opportunity to try again. But most of the time, you will have another chance to prove what you deserve. You are able to manipulate the approach that you're going to take. And the biggest part is being able to overcome that burden and recognizing that burden inside of you and being able to say no to it and fight against it. But yeah, that's all I really got. See you guys.